My friend recently wrote a post on her Substack about Ikigai that's really inspiring this video. And yes, I know this is a sewing channel, okay, but stay with me, stay with me. So Ikigai basically supposed to talk about like your life's purpose on earth, like your life's mission. And it's like a Japanese concept. There's actually a whole book written about it, okay? And this topic is very like close to me because like I feel like I spent most of like my early to my mid 20s like just feeling very sad and down because I felt like I didn't have like a life's purpose on earth, right? Like I watch people have like these strong passions, whether it was like being an artist or being like a professional and like being very passionate and working very hard towards it. And I was just like here on earth taking up space. Like I didn't have any strong passions, and I kept on looking, y'all. I looked and I searched until I found sewing, y'all. And I really feel like sewing, like creating with fabric, it really is my life's like ikigai is really my life's passion. So ikigai has four pillars, right? So there's like passion, which is like what you love. For me, it's sewing. What you're here on earth to do, mission. So that's where things get a little shaky. Vocation is like skills, like the skills that you have, and profession is work, basically how you can earn money, right? And so passion, we all have passions, right? And sometimes like what your passion is might not be your ikigai because it might not meet the other things, or you might think that it does not meet the other things, okay? Because like with mission, what you're here on earth, sometimes people think that your passion in life has to be like very like social justice warriorish, right? You have to like save the planet and save the animals and save the kids. And if that's your passion, if that's your mission, girl, yes, I come for you, okay? Because that's a strong mission to have, is helping people, okay? But not all of us have our mission so like directly facing like helping people. Like I like to sew, and right now I only sew for myself and I post it for you guys to watch, right? So my sewing might not be helping people directly. In fact, I'm not sewing clothes for people, but I like to think at least that I'm giving people ideas on things to sew. I'm helping show people that crafting can be easy, sewing can be easy, and I'm giving you tips and tricks and things like that, right? So it's like you can rethink how you think about how you're helping people. Maybe I'm even entertaining, right? Like maybe somebody's watching my video and you're being entertained and it's making them feel better about their day. Like you just don't know how it is that even the work that you think is not helping people helps people. You know what I mean? And then you talk about vocation, like skills, of course, with creativity and like creative work. It's easy to see what your skills are. Your skilled at sewing, at painting, at drawing, at playing music. Like that part is easy, right? And talk about profession. That's the other place where it gets a little tricky because profession is about work, and how you can earn money. And it gets tricky because, like, I mean, many of us have passions that can earn us money, but does that mean that we should turn it into money making things? Like I know we live in a capitalistic world and people gotta pay their rent and pay for food. I feel like turning your passion into a profession can take away the love that you have, right? Like I like to sew, and like sewing for me is fun, and I feel like I've not even got into like my crazy outfits because I want to eventually get to a place where I'm sewing really crazy outfits that people might not like, might not want to wear, might not want to copy, and they might not want to pay any kind of money for it. But I don't want that to stop me from making the things I want to make. Like I want to make it because I enjoy making it, because I want to wear it and I enjoy that. And I feel like sometimes when you think so much about turning your passion into money, you step away from doing things that you love and you truly enjoy into doing things for other people. You can really lose yourself in that way. And also you put so much pressure on yourself to like perform for other people, to perform for income. And if what you love is not earning you money, it can, and you need the money because we need money in this society. Okay, if what you love is not earning money, you need the money. You can find yourself not loving what you love. You know what I mean? You might start to find yourself thinking, should I go love something else that's gonna make me money? You know, and so it's kind of like all of those four things put together is your ikigai. It does not mean that you have to have like the most earth saving mission. It doesn't mean that you have to make the most money for it to be ikigai. It's just the things that fit into those um pillars. And so when I think about, okay, so if I'm not going to turn my sewing into a money making venture right now, I don't like, for me, even like I sew, but I think of myself more as a crafter. Like I use fabric as my medium of crafting. Like I don't really care about having like technical sewing skills or using technical methods. And because of that, I don't feel comfortable sewing for other people because I know that Some people can be very particular about the clothes that they wear. They want the clothes to be like perfectly tailored. And I'm like, I'm not a perfectionist in that way. Like I cut corners and all of that stuff. And I am not a professional sewer either. So I can't really teach people how to sew. And I can't even make sewing patterns. I can't do that either. Right. And also, like, profession will make me feel like I need to go become a technical sewer. Like I need to make my sewing skills clean, neat. I need to go learn how to make patterns. Like I need all the, and it's like for me, that's not the fun part of sewing. Like all that technical things that people do, the perfectionist stuff, sewing or tailoring, is not fun for me. But if I pressure myself to learn all of those things so I can meet the profession part of this ikigai, it's gonna take away the love of sewing for me. Like for me, the love of sewing really is in the crafting. Like it's just I see the fabric, I cut the fabric, and I figure out how to make the fabric into what it is that I want, which is how I made this outfit. This outfit is not perfect. It looks beautiful, and I'm glad a lot of people love this outfit, but it's not perfect. I mean, just looking at the flower, it's not perfect, but I love it. You know, I'm very much a imperfectionist, perfection kind of girly, you know. And so, I don't even know where I was. I did all of that. I don't even know where I was going. But yeah, so basically, all that to say is that because I already know that profession in terms of like work, in terms of like money, payment is not going to be part of my ikigai, I think about, okay, what other ways can I get payment for my passion that's not money? You know, and so I think about, okay, I like attention. Okay, that's why I'm here because I want you guys to watch me. I like attention. So I'm like, you know what? Like, people watching my videos, like, that is a form of payment to me. People liking my videos, people commenting, people telling me that they like my outfits, people asking me questions, interacting with me. Like, that's my own form of payment. That's why I'm here. I make the clothes, okay, and the joy I get from making the clothes and looking pretty is my payment to myself. And then when I share the videos of my outfits to you guys and you guys love it, your love and your adoration is payment to me. And so I'm taking that as my profession payment. I'm being paid in adoration. And you might think, okay, adoration does not pay the bills. No, it does not pay the bills. Okay. Adoration does not pay the bills. But I feel like it gives me good health. And you know what they say, health is wealth, okay? And it gives me good mental health. When I say that people like what I'm doing and I'm not just wasting my time here making ugly things people don't care about, it makes me feel good about myself. It raises my self-esteem. It improves my self-confidence. It makes me feel good about myself, good about my life, you know, because I did spend a good chunk of my early 20s being like really depressed because I felt like such a waste of space. And now that I have these skills and they are actually taking me somewhere and you guys are loving it, it's like depression, psh, out the window, is gone. It's gone. And so that's like payment, you know. So it's like you sometimes have to take things and make it your own. Okay, it doesn't always have to be payment in money. Okay, sometimes you can be payment in other things, but just think about how the work you're doing pays you as a person, even if it's not money. And if you want to turn your passion into money, go girl, go do it. Okay, because sometimes like being a business person, like making money can be somebody's ikigai. Making money can be your ikigai. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, nothing wrong with that. So that's what I just came here to say, because I feel like for me it was such a big topic because I did spend a good chunk of my life being depressed because I felt like such a waste of space and not having like a passion on earth, a life goal. And then I discovered sewing, and I say sewing every time, but I want to call myself creative with fabric. I create with fabric, okay? And now I've discovered that I feel like that's my ikigai, and that's what I'm going to be doing out here in this world. Okay, so let me know if you've read the book Ikigai, and let me know if you found your own ikigai and what it is and how like passion, mission, vocation, profession speaks to you.